All right, the Royals will be happy to build momentum wherever they're at, even if that is in a minor league / spring training facility. We all know about it. George M. Steinbrenner Field, and then next to it says Rays. It's the temporary home of the Rays. Monty, how bizarre, unique, different is this? I've never seen anything like it.
Well, you have to do what you have to do when Mother Nature destroys your home complex. But sure enough, they've made it work here, and it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out. Weather oftentimes is an issue in daytime baseball and summer baseball here in Tampa.
Kudos to the Yankees for making this happen, and it's not just some other team, it's a division rival. So when the Yankees came here, they're now in the visiting clubhouse instead of the Rays clubhouse, which is now the Yankees spring training facility. And we're in this sort of mini version of Monument Park, and Thurman Munson is there, Whitey Ford. I mean, all the names that you see at Yankee Stadium, including Derek Jeter on the other side. You have history with Derek Jeter in this ballpark?
Well, in fact, the only thing I remember about this ballpark when I played here in spring training back in the late 90s was after a game, I accidentally had hit Derek Jeter with a pitch. I was working on like a sidearm delivery, and I hit him. The year before, he had hit a home run off me, so we kind of thought it was intentional. It was totally not intentional, but the way the rules work in baseball, pitchers, you can't let them know that it wasn't intentional.
Right. Dion, though, with the Yankees might have been a little different. That's a whole other story. He'll never admit it, but he claims total innocence on Derek Jeter. I believe him. Let's go check out some more of this. Check this out, right outside the first baseline, outside the stadium, minor league field. The Tampa Bay Bucks Stadium's across the street. There's a big poster of Mike Evans, their legendary receiver. The A-ball Tarpons play out here for the Yankees, but the Rays play inside. Monty, we're the only ones here up in the bleachers. If there were a game tonight, we could catch it, just you and I. And you know a little something about the Tarpons?
Well, the Tampa Bay Tarpons, that was the first team that I ever played for in a full season A-ball, and it was a Florida State League. In fact, our stadium was right across the street next to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium. That's where the Red Spring Training Complex was at the time. Yankees at that time were back in Fort Lauderdale. Now here they are, obviously, in Tampa.
All right, inside the ballpark now. Talk about big league stadiums. You know, at the end of spring training, they always go to play in a big league stadium because you have the third deck or even a fourth deck at Dodger Stadium. That's not the case here. How is this different?
Well, I think when you look at it, it's obviously a minor league park. You don't have that upper deck that you have in major league ballparks. The lights are going to be different because they don't have the height requirement. And plus, they're not used to playing a lot of night baseball in spring training complexes, so they don't really need to have those like super lights that you see in all the major league parks. So could be an issue with regards to the way the outfield plays as well.
All right, this is different too. We're walking in from essentially where the buses pull in, the parking lot, and now we walk right into the warning track and the bullpen. Monty, you're home. We came out from behind the door, and now here's another door, the bullpen.
Yeah, a little different setup. Not exactly the best vantage point for the relief guys to be watching a baseball game. But
how do you watch a game from the corner here?
Well, you got to belly up to the bar there. Those bar stools are risen up over on the above the fence.
By the way, it's not like the situation at Tropicana Field for a bullpen is better. You can see better, but you're on the field.
Well, exactly, and I think you have to learn to make the adjustments that are necessary. And again, we've talked about all the nuances here, but it's essentially like a spring training facility, and that's what it is.
And that's, as we've walked around the stadium off camera, we've seen guys lingering in different corners and different rooms where they wouldn't usually be at a big league ballpark, but this so much more feels like spring training. And here's the good news. We've walked all the way up to just about third base, right to our spot. So when we come back, we'll sit back down and we'll talk about a couple of Royals players trying to make an impact back in the big leagues. Stay with us on FanDuel Sports Network.